Right, let's go. Let's do it. My phone's over there. One sec. All right. Gonna get right back into Windows Batch. All right, and finish the other three. Randomly selected. They're randomly selected problems. They are pretty easy. Most of the problems available for Windows Batch are quite easy. And I think most of the problems on Exorcism in general are usually pretty easy. There are tough ones, but there's a lot of easier ones. So, like, if you go to Code Wars has a larger selection of problems than Exorcism does. And I like Code Wars better. I've spent a lot more time on Code Wars overall than I have on Exorcism. I've gotten more into Exorcism recently. I do think Code Wars is the better site. Personally, to me, Code Wars is the best learn to code site in general, and certainly the best code challenge themed site, in my opinion. The Elite Code is also very good. I think I also like Elite Code better than Exorcism. To me, Elite Code is kind of a distant second after Code Wars, and then I would put Exorcism kind of close to Elite Code. Elite Code is very, very good too. All three, in my opinion, are very, very good. There are others. I have looked at Hacker Rank, but I didn't get into it. I didn't vibe with it. Maybe after I'm done with Exorcism, I'll look into Hacker Rank more. I think it's good from what I've heard. I looked at it and couldn't get into it. So maybe it's better than Exorcism. I would expect Hacker Rank is probably better than Exorcism, but I don't know. I bounced off it when I looked at it before. Um, I'm gonna bring up my handy dandy background here and my handy dandy chatter. And this will go here. So we're gonna do another Windows batch problem, and I'm gonna try to knock out both Scrabble score and nth prime. I mean, again, they are easy ones. Everything is kind of a pain in Windows batch. And honestly, that's kind of what was fun for me about it when I did it, like 6 years ago, when I was new on the job. It's been just about 6 years. It'll be 6 complete years in August in a month. But anyway, it's crazy to think about 6 years. My goodness gracious. What's a good, does Bing still have a good AI chatbot? I want to ask an AI chat question. Bing. Let's go to Bing. Copilot. Yeah, they rebranded Bing Chat as Copilot. And I liked the Bing Chat. When they first came out with the Bing Chat, that was amazing. I think Copilot is still fine. Okay, so how can I connect my Twitch account directly to my LinkedIn in order to automatically post a link on my LinkedIn timeline each time I go live? For context, I stream computer programming. And the reality is that the primary intended audience is potential employers. So, for that reason, I have thought of trying to connect a Twitch integration to LinkedIn. I would also consider alternatives, such as multi-streaming on both Twitch and LinkedIn. They're using kind of an ugly font. What are your thoughts? Okay, should we ask Bing for its thoughts? It's not even Bing. It links you to Copilot. All right, it's fine, whatever. That's a smart move? I don't even want to read this. How are you gonna say that's a smart move, Bing? Oh my goodness. Talk about starting off. What is the opposite of starting off strong? You just lost me in the first 4 words, Bing. A smart move. Goodness gracious. All right, let's look at. All right, so nth prime. Have I finished this one already? Primes are, they're common in, Oh, I've not yet completed it in any languages. Interesting. That's cool. So let's make Windows batch the first. That'll be interesting, I think. Given a number n, determine what the nth prime is. Okay. So we're going to go into Windows batch. We're going to create a kind of a loop here. Let's go into the editor here. We're going to create some kind of a loop which is going to sort of populate a list of primes. I might not worry much about performance. Like, looping like this can be a bit slow, but I won't worry too much about performance at first in Windows batch. We'll see how it goes. Because frankly, I think I'm going to have a hard time optimizing anything in Windows batch at all. It's going to be very hard for me. Compared to like in JavaScript. Like if I'm comfortable in JavaScript, I can do a little optimization in JavaScript. For all the good it does, JavaScript is a slow language, but let's be fair, it is usually in modern JavaScript engines. It's JIT compiled, and it's really not that bad. But I mean, it's not fast, but it's not as slow as something like Python or Ruby. All right, let me unless you're using a JIT compiling Python runtime. Wait a minute. Are there JIT compiling Ruby runtimes? Are there JIT compiling Ruby runtimes? App signal blog? What is this? "16 years ago. Is Ruby really an interpreted language if all of its implementations are compiled into bytecode? All of the current Ruby implementations are compiled to bytecode, contrary to SAP's claims. As of Ruby 1.9, MRI itself includes a bytecode compiler, though the ability to save the compiled bytecode to disk disappeared somewhere in the process of merging the YARV virtual machine. JRuby is compiled into Java. Nearly every language is quote-unquote compiled nowadays if you count bytecode as being compiled. Even Emacs Lisp is compiled. Ruby was a special case because until recently it wasn't compiled into bytecode. Remember that Tech Empower benchmark? Oh gosh. Close that, that's crazy. Tech Empower benchmark. It shows, it actually, I mean, take it with a grain of salt like anything of this type. But like, it actually shows some pretty shocking differences. So this is where it took us, the Google search. Okay, let's look at this page. Some pretty shocking differences between different languages, right? So here's Is this a C? No, this is a Rust, and this is a C plus. No, this is a C. Where's C plus plus? Drogon. This color for C looks very close to this color for C plus plus to me. That's okay. All right, so a bunch of Rust ones, very nice. Love to see it. Is this Java? No, this is. Oh yeah, this is Java. This JavaScript color also looks very close to that Java color to me. Maybe they look more different on the other monitor. I don't know. So these are all performant implementations, but you can go pretty far down this list, right? And a lot of these are like shockingly rather slow, right? Look at this. Node.js MySQL. What the heck is going on? Why is this performance so relatively bad, right? Like where's the best Node.js on here? Okay, so Node. Okay, so look. Node.js, Postgres.js, raw. So the funny thing is, oh my goodness, did not complete. The funny thing is, like, a lot of these that are getting these good scores, they might be pretty lacking in features. In some of these cases, maybe. I think C++ is Drogon here. I think this is thought to be pretty full-featured, I believe. And I think, let's see, do I recognize these Rust names? There should be a wait, is this? What is this color? Scala? Nice. So it's a pretty cool, like, obviously people don't read too much into like these actual scores. I don't think they're meaningless. But I think another interesting thing about it is it just kind of shows a big list of a lot of different technologies that are like interesting. Um, so it's kind of cool that way, I guess. So you could look at just the Rust. Let me look at just the Rust for a second. Apply. Let's see. Look at this pitch. Love performance? We do too. Yeah. So, I mean, it's interesting. I think part of the point of this is not so much to be like, hey, you should choose this particular technology because its performance is better. I think part of the points of it is to kind of encourage people to optimize their performance so that they can get a better score on this. Um, like this one, I remember the blog post by the author of this one. He was like, "Hey, I just wanted to enter into this Tech Empower benchmark to see how good I could possibly do as kind of a personal challenge, right?" And that's cool, right? And they have a great score here in JavaScript. It's very nice. And I think some Microsoft people did some wild, there was like, it was almost a controversy. I remember a blog post about the ASP.NET people doing wild optimizations that were actually kind of cheesy and dumb. That's what the controversy was about in the blog. They were like, they did fake, stupid optimizations that would not help you to actually deploy a web application. But like these differences are quite crazy, right? Like it rounds down to 0.0 on some of these. What is this? Office floor spring data in Java. And Falcon waitress in Python. Huh. Here's a prologue. See, that's just awesome. That is actually, to me, kind of awesome that someone actually deployed a web framework in Prolog and got it onto this list. And sure, its score was bad, but that's awesome that they did that. Prolog. Excellent. Oh, let's see what we have for Erlang. Oh, well, Erlang was there, but no data available? Darn it. Really? Okay, well, somebody's got to make something in Erlang and enter it into this thing for the next round. How many, do they do it twice a year, or how often do they do it? Yeah, I don't know how often they do it. Somebody needs to enter Erlang into here. Okay, so what else? What's another? Oh, can we take a look at Julia? Quick look at Julia. Julia! Okay, can we compare Julia to C++ and Rust? Make a little comparison there. Alright, I'm wasting time, so I'm gonna hop right off of here. Where did Julia come in? Okay, quite far down the list. Alright. See, that's interesting, right? Like, imagine, like, that'd be a fun project to just be like, I'm gonna hack on Julia a little bit and see if I can get these numbers up so that it gets a better showing on the next edition of Tech Empower Benchmarks. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Alright, let's hop off of there and go back to Windows Batch. Okay, so here, let's take a look at our stub. Nth prime batch file. Okay, so this is fine. So it says your code goes here. So let's make a sort of a plan. So we're going to loop through and basically count primes, I guess, until what? I see a weird chat message on my phone, which I think is the chat message from yesterday. I don't think that belongs there. All right, so I guess am I just gonna loop through every number? Am I just gonna loop through every odd number? What are we gonna do there? Or are we gonna try to use some, like, actual, like, sieve? Actually, wait a minute. So for nth prime, there are several exercises that are about primes. Which track has the most exercises? Last I looked, I think it was C#, which had a very impressive exercise count of 175. I think that's the most that any language has. And I looked at it here, right? So this is called the info. Okay, so we've got an info for each track, and then if we look inside the info, it has counts. Okay, so we have counts for each track, and then inside the counts, we have the number of exercises here, right? And I'm pretty sure the most is 175. And I think Windows Batch at 21 is the least, the fewest. And rightly so. I mean, C# is a fabulous language, a phenomenal language, a full-featured good language. It's just easy to use, has fantastic IDE support. The standard library is vast and well thought out. I mean, Microsoft pulled out all the stops, and C# is amazing. And Windows Batch, who knows what happened? It comes from the same company as C#, Microsoft, but it's on the opposite end of the spectrum. Everybody loves C#, and rightly so, and everybody hates Windows Batch, and rightly so. All right, so the counts. So if we do that, and then I guess match on it. So it had a literal slash followed by some amount of digits, and we want this amount of digits. Let's see, literal slash followed by some amount of digits. I've put an extra one there, not sure why. Okay. And then, so let's make that a number. And then sort. Yeah, 175 is the most, 21 is the fewest. Okay, so let's take a quick look at C#. Look at this. Such an awesome amount of exercises. They've got a super long track of learning exercises, which is amazing. Oh goodness. So one thing about C#, or no, let me start again. One thing about Exorcism is there's actually a tree view that you can do through these learning exercises. Now, the learning exercises are very easy, but they have a lot of good text written. So so you can switch in and out of learning mode at any time. So I think if we do this, it might go to the tree view. No, not directly. Here it is, the tree view. So I think this is neat, right? Like it's this whole interesting graph. And I think this is really cool. I think this is one of the better features of the Exorcism website. I haven't messed with this feature much myself, but I saw somebody doing it on Twitch. They were going through this tree, and I followed along and went through it, and it was really easy stuff. I think I feel like at the time that I was watching somebody do it on Twitch, I think they were relatively new, or at any rate, they were going through it fairly slowly. Um, this is really good stuff, and it's pretty easy stuff. But like the text, the written text about each concept is really good on this site. So that's something that sets it apart from like LeetCode and Code Wars. I don't I think this is a pretty strong feature of the site, and I'm glad that they have it. I was gonna say Exorcism also, it does feel like they've sort of watered it down a little bit by focusing on several different things. So if we disable the learning mode, then the tree goes away. So yeah. All right, I gotta take a couple minutes and I'll be right back. All right. So I'm back. Okay, let's not look at this. Let's, as I was thinking about it, just nth prime is gonna be a pain for me in Windows Batch. So can we do learn? Can we do batch here? Shoot. Darn. They don't have it here. It's crazy because it's a very widely used programming language, right? Like for until PowerShell was introduced, which has been a while ago now. It's been at least 10 years, I think. Has it been 15? When was it introduced? Like 2010, 2015? I think it might have been like 2011, 2012. Let's see. Windows PowerShell 2016. Okay, so a little bit, actually quite a bit later. Oh, no, no, no. Why did it say 2016? It's 2006. What? Okay, hold on. Originally only for Windows, it was made open source and cross-platform on 2016. Yeah, so 2006. So this goes back a long way, right? Huh. Interesting. So, wow. So PowerShell is a huge improvement over Windows Batch. It's a little bit crazy that that we still use Windows Batch. Um, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like Windows Batch. I it's just like, what is there to like about it? Okay, so let me try this Scrabble score first. Scrabble score should be much easier. I think. I think probably. Let's get. I'm complaining that I don't like Windows Batch, so let's just get Windows Batch out of the way and not have to mess with it. Okay, so here is our stub. So it looks like a word will be passed in. Okay, fair enough. All right, so now we're going to want to kind of loop through each character in the word and kind of get a score, basically. So we kind of set a result. So we're going to use arithmetic. So loop through each error in the... Okay, so we're going to, I guess, use 4. And now, let's go to our handy-dandy what is it called? SS64. And here's our arithmetic expression. Good. Now let's go to the next thing we need to look up. The for loop, right? Okay. For list of numbers. Okay, sure. All right. Okay, so here's a little recipe. Uh-huh. Wow, okay. From the DOS Tips forum. I mean, yeah. So they're gonna do an arithmetic here to add whichever of these. And so we'll start here, and we'll be like, okay, so if there is something there, right? So we're taking a handy little substring. If there is something there, then we'll add that onto the length. We'll start at 0. And then this is like an offset that we're going to use, which, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, so it's not an offset. They're going to actually take, they're going to keep breaking the string into smaller pieces. All right, so so if it is 4096 or longer, then we're going to break it there. Um, so that's good. So I mean, that's fine. Copy the function above to the end of your batch file and then call it like this. So I mean, that's neat. So we don't need to do this uh, in my script, because what it shows is we can just check to see if our substring, if we do a substring like this, we can copy a lot of what he's done here. If we take a substring like this and find that there's nothing there, then we know that we're done. Okay. So do we have other looping options? We have for through files, numbers. We have go to. Oh, am I going to loop using go to? I probably am, to be honest. Jump to a labeled line. Yeah, I think that's how it's going to be. All right, so I'm going to copy a lot of these ideas. We already have this. We already have the string. Okay, so let's start with this. Set len equals 0. So let's say start by initializing the score to 0. Okay, so we're going to say set result equals 0. All right. Loop through each char in the word. So we're going to say loop, and then we're going to say go to, right? Something like that. And they did use something here. So there's no space there. Let's get rid of the space. Whoops. Okay, okay. And then, so we're looping, right? But we need to be able to end the loop too. So I'm going to put end loop, all right? And so at some point, we're going to conditionally go to the end of the loop. And So when we're looping, we're going to set I equals 0, I guess. Is that kind of where we're going to start? Let's take a look. So we're using this to get a substring. So is that going to be 0 indexed? Probably. So we're going to do something very similar to this, all right? And that's going to be inside the loop. So this is going to be word. This will be, okay, I don't think it's %% in this case. That's going to be I. Okay, so now let's look. I remember they have really good hints about us getting a substring. Variable substring Windows CMD. Okay, so here's an example. They said %test, and then they used colon. And then for the first 5 characters, they used squiggle 0, comma 5. Right? Okay, so far so good. So I'm gonna actually, I guess, change this. Wait a minute. No, we probably still want it like this. So I have bang, word, colon, squiggle, %I. So we need the %I in there. No, we don't. We just want 0. Because we're gonna cut it down the way they did in that other script. So this is gonna be %. This is gonna be %. Okay. So that's what I'm looking at. %word, colon, squiggle 0, comma 1%. So that's the first character. So first of all, if there's nothing there, then then we go to, and so that's because we've got everything. Okay. So otherwise, so now we're going to increment, or let's see, no. Add the char score to the result. Okay. So now we're gonna have to kind of match strings. So let's see. Can we use shoot. We're trying to do, okay. So I think it's gonna be an if, right? And then we're gonna take that letter again. But let's actually say set char equals. So because I just want to use char. Word squiggle 0, 1%. So then this will just be char. So now if char is one of these several letters, right? So I think we're gonna try making a a little helper function. So here we have string len, and we can call that apparently. So let's see how the call works. We can call on a label, I guess. So call. Yeah, so you put a label there. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. And in the example, they have a, what did they call that? A parameter. So they have a parameter here. Interesting. Yeah, so we'll do a couple little helper functions done by labels like this. Okay. So I'm going to do string. So label string includes, I guess. And we'll pass in an str var. That's what they said. And then should we have a return var like they did? Makes sense so far. Okay, so that's how they set up their label. All right. Now, I guess we should set local again. I'm not sure if that's necessary, but it doesn't bother me. So enable delayed expansion. Surprised my Vim didn't fill that in. Something's not quite set up right. It hasn't been filling in as much as I thought it used to. But anyway, that's fine. So we'll set the local there. Okay. So now we're going to basically loop through each char. Oh, wait. Char var and string var. So again here, we're going to have a string includes loop. All right. We're going to set string char equals percent string var squiggle 01%. Sure. We're going to say if string char equals nothing. So now at this point we end, but we basically return false, right? Okay, so then they did set here, right? So I guess that's what I'll do. So here I will say go to string includes end loop false. Okay, so that'll be at the end of the loop. So here we'll loop back, go to string includes loop there. And then this label is string includes end loop false, where we end it when it's false, I guess. Classic spaghetti. It takes me back to when I was a kid. doing it this way. Takes me back, baby. All right. So apparently we need go to EOF above it so that we don't try to run it when we go through the whole file and get there. Go to EOF here. Okay, so then here we will say set, and we're gonna put what they did here. Percent squiggle 2 equals percent squiggle 2 equals, and set it to 0 for false. Set return var to 0 for false. Technically, I don't think I need those, do I? I'm not sure, but I think it's okay. And then once we've done that, I guess we exit. With the B switch. Okay. All right, so then if string char equals char var, all right, go to string includes end loop true, right? And there, so that's that's not a helpful remark. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so then this one is string includes end loop true, set percent squiggle 2 percent equals 1, exit, right, just like that. Okay. All right, so then if neither of those was true, then we go ahead and we cut off the string var. So we set string var equals, all right, so now it's going to be the substring. And I think it's actually just percent string var colon squiggle 1% to cut off, what am I trying to say? To get everything but the first character? Is that what they did here? Yeah, that looks right. Okay. So I feel like I need to put this portion into its own file so I can test it out on its own, right? Seems like it. Okay, so let's exit here, and let's put Scrabble score bat into string includes bat. Okay, so this one is going to be just for testing the string includes. So we won't do that. We'll just call string includes, and we'll pass in %squiggle1, %squiggle2, and then just give some name here. It looks like that doesn't seem right, does it? So I'm going to say set char var equals %squiggle1. Okay, is that more like what we had in this other one? Yeah. Set string var %squiggle2. So then here we'll say char var string var return var. Okay, and then at the end we just echo return var. That seems to be the way. Let's see, let's see. So let's save that. And now let's wine console. Wine console. And so now let's try. So here's my string includes bat. So we're going to go string includes bat, and I'm going to put a letter A, and then I'm going to put a word cat. And it's going to say, uh-oh, it's going to say it didn't work. Darn, that's craziness. Huh. So I guess it hung because my loop never ended, presumably because I guess this part didn't work. Okay, so let's close that. So now let's go interactively and go through this. Okay, so if I say set string char, no, so let's say set string var equals, and let's do the one that I just was using, cat, right? Cat. Okay. So now if I echo %string var, how's it look? Cat. Okay. So now let's set char var equals a. Now if we echo char var, that's okay, a. Okay, so now let's set string char equals %string var squiggle 0, 1%. And echo string char C. Okay, as expected so far. Okay, so now can we put if %string char equals nothing, echo nothing. Okay, so it didn't say that. If %string char equals %char var, echo success. Didn't come out. So now we're going to say set string var equals %string var squiggle 1%. Okay, so now what did we get? Echo %string at. All right, so far so good. So now let's do this again. If string char echo nothing. Okay, so it's not nothing still. Okay, now here is the moment of truth, I guess, because it's supposed to say success, but it doesn't. So now let's echo %char var. I think I forgot to update. Oh no, I didn't. No, char var is okay. It's string char I was supposed to update. I think I forgot to update it. It still says C. Okay, so let's go back. So I was supposed to do set. Oh wait, I did that again. String var. So now it's a T. So now it's not gonna work. So let's do this one more time. So now it should be nothing. Oh no, shoot, what? It's not nothing. Okay, well, so the loop will never end then. Although it was supposed to catch that the A was equal to the A. But what's the problem here? So when I tried to set it to squiggle 1, and then it still ended up being T. Not good. Okay, so they dealt with this here, I think. No, they didn't really, because they only go through these numbers. They don't keep going and checking to see if there's more. Oof, that's nasty. Okay, so let's set it to cat, and let's just watch. So we're gonna start here and set this. No. String char. We're gonna set string char like this. Okay. Now we're gonna go if string char is nothing. And then we're gonna say if string char equals what we're looking for. We're gonna say success. So far, so good. and we're gonna echo string char. Okay, so it's a C. All right, so now we're gonna go back up to the top of the loop. No, wait. Not yet. We're gonna cut off the first character like this. Now we're gonna go up to the top of the loop, set string char. Now we're gonna check if it's nothing. Now we're gonna check if it's success. So there's the success. So it was supposed to hit that success. So something went wrong there. So let me come in here and say echo. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Char var echo string var, just to try to make sure they're okay there. And then let's also, when we get down into here, before we enter this loop, let's echo char var, and let's echo string var. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So we got char var as A and string var as cat. That was correct. So here I got char var as A and string var as at. That seems a little insane. Char var, string var. What the? How did it come out as at there? Okay, so this number should have been 3. I really wasn't thinking there. Didn't help. So not sure why it's coming out as at when I try to echo string var during the string includes. That seems messed up. And then still saying echo is off. Let me see the example again. Yeah, in this example, so they said set %2 equals. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. I think I have a wrong percent in there. I think this one is out of place. Oops. Still no good. Okay, cat at coming out as at. Yeah, I don't quite get that. Okay, so let's say, whoops. What did I press? Let's echo false, echo true. Okay, so it says true, so that's good. Trying to set there didn't seem to help. Is there something else? So oh wait, what about those square braces? Square braces. I took them off because I thought, I don't get what the point would be, but perhaps they were needed. Okay, let's see. No. Call string includes char string var return var. Echo return var here. Set percent squiggle 3 equals 1. Okay, let's look at something about that. So set variable equals string. I'm gonna be at this for a while. I'm gonna knock these out today. Get them done. Many other languages on Exorcism are easier than Windows Batch. Windows Batch is crazy. Maybe I'm just having a bad attitude. Okay. So the intention here, let me just write this down. The intention here is to set the return value to 0. Zero as in false. Okay, but we didn't have any luck, right? So I was trying to go off this example. String lane. So they used this end local and I didn't use it. So we need to look that up. Presumably I need that or something like it. Pass variables from one batch file to another. See, I didn't know that. Should have been probably the first thing I looked up when I saw it in that other guy's script. So yeah, this is what we need, I guess. Okay. So we're gonna go end local and, right? Okay, so there's the 1. All right, so if I'm getting the 1, then that's good enough. Hey, you know what? Cool. So let me get rid of those. This. What other echoes we want to get rid of? These, let's get rid of them. This one I want to keep. These, let's get rid of them. Yeah, just those 2. Okay, so echo off, set local, enable delayed expansion, set char var percent swiggle 1, string var percent swiggle 2, char var string var return var echo. And then we do this. Yeah, okay, yeah, this is much better. Do I want to change anything here? Probably not. I think I'm pretty okay with that. So let's exit that one, and let me give it a couple more tests now. So string includes just a couple basic things. So is there an A in dog? Oh! Ah! No! Ah, it's insanity. So it's not working at all. Not even close. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So what happened? What happened? It couldn't have been more wrong. Oh my goodness gracious. The exact opposite of the correct response. Um, wow. So it's just showing an A, but why? I don't know. Okay, I think the reason is basically that I haven't like set let me think. Like some of these variables are still set to something, I think, from like within the batch session. I don't know the terminology exactly for in Windows batch, but like these were supposed to be set, but like something is not right. Something is still being set to what it was before, I think. Um, which I would say seems totally crazy. Um, so in here, can we echo our percent char var and our percent string var? So I've got A, at, and A. So yeah, that's completely insane. So where is my dog going? Where is my dog going? No! Okay. A, dog, A, at. Completely insane. All right. Call string includes. Okay, is there another hint in here? Set demo equals some example string. Okay. Call string len demo length echo string is characters long. Okay. So then here, go to EOF string lang string. Okay. So we set the local enable delayed expansion. Okay, what about this one? Set percent. Oh, wait a minute. I skipped that, and I shouldn't have. I skipped that, and I should. What is the hash in here? Okay, I'm gonna copy this exact thing. I think that this hash is just being used as a sort of a padding to increase the length of the string by 1, because there's something weird about the way this substring syntax works that I noticed. So I'm going to actually just copy that because I think I need it. I'm a little annoyed at needing it. It seems like the sort of thing that maybe you shouldn't need, maybe, but I think we do need it. So this one is squiggle 1, so I'm going to say this one is C. And then S is going to be squiggle 2. C, S. Okay, so I don't think that fixes it yet, but I think that changes it. So now I see hash A and hash dog. So better. I still see it coming back 1 because now we need to change where we have string var. This needs to now be S. Whoops. And here, and here. And then where we have char var, that needs to be C. But that hash is still in there, so we've got to be careful. But let's see what it looks like now. Okay, it looks like an unending loop. So let's close that. But it was an unending loop on G, the last letter in dog. So that part is a good thing, I guess. Interesting. So I think that I want the padding at the end. And I guess I'm going to use hash. But the trouble is that that means that if there's a hash in the string, it's going to break it. Let's just put that as a comment. The trouble is this means that we can't use the function for a string that has a hash in it. Let's do cry face. Okay, so and then what about this? Does this, so I don't think I want a hash on this one. I think this one is fine without the hash. Okay, so then here, I'm just going to put hash. It's getting hackier and hackier, but that's not unexpected. It's uncool, but not unexpected. Okay, so there's the 1. And there's the 0. Better, right? So now let's get rid of some of these echoes. Get rid of those 2. That one stays. Get rid of these 2. Get rid of this one. Okay. Okay, so there's the 0. I want to say that's ready to use. Okay, so let's check. What if the A is at the end? There's the 1. Z at the end. Z at the start. Yeah, I think this is... I'm going to move on for now. I think it's probably ready to use-ish. And if we run into any more trouble, I still have this file to do troubleshooting. So let's X here. And now I'm going to put that file into the end of the main file. .bat. I don't know why I left out .bat. What? Uh-oh. Oh, includes. Okay, so now let's open the Scrabble score. Whoops, I guess, oh, it's open over there. My bad, my bad. Quit. Okay, let me close it here then. And open it over here. Okay, so here's the one I want to use, and I want to get rid of this one. Okay. So now I'm ready to use the string includes, but now there's going to be another helper function that gets the letter Scrabble score. All right, so I'll need the string includes helper function, but there's going to be another one for the Scrabble letter score. And that's what I'm going to, so I'm going to exit that, and so now we're going to make another one called letter score. Okay, so for this one, we're not going to do this. We're going to create another helpful label function. I don't think it's such a weird way. Everything about Windows Batch is so weird. It's actually kind of fun now that I'm sort of starting to make progress. It's kind of fun, but it's so weird. All right, so go to EOF goes here. Good. Now we need one called letter score, right? And all it takes is a letter var, right? And a return var. Okay. Good. Are we going to set local? Yeah, so we're going to do both of these. Yep, exactly like that. So since that's an exact copy, but apparently we need it, that's what I would call boilerplate. An exact copy of a couple of lines that we just need to have in there in order to do something common, you know? And having boilerplate is a smell, right? Because if you're copy pasting things to do something common, then maybe it's not a good idea to do that common thing. That being said, Windows Batch is just not a good idea in general. So we're just doing it for fun. All right. So then at the end, we're going to end local and we're going to set. Oh, you know what? We're going to do that individually wherever we come up with the score, actually. I think. No, we're not. We're just going to do it one place. So we're going to set score equals 0, I guess, to start with. And then when we end, let me come down. Maybe it would be helpful to see this over here. All right, so okay, so here's letter score. At the end, we are going to set percent squiggle 2, and then we're going to say equals, and then we're going to say percent score. Oh, I don't know what I pressed. Do I have caps lock or something on? Okay, I don't know what that was. Score. Yeah. So that's at the end. So now we're going to say, so let's close this and bat the README to get those scores. So here they are. So here's the scoring table. So we're going to say if, shoot. Okay. All right, so we're going to say, let me make a remark. I guess I will start by just setting variables for each possible score? I don't know. No, I don't want to do that. That's crazy. Should I use else? Yeah, for this one, I don't want to do that. That's crazy. Let's just use else. That's fine. So I'm gonna say set is included. Oh. No. So we're gonna call. That makes more sense. We're gonna call string includes. All right. So now we pass in C because we set that. And then I'm just going to call this is included. All right. But the string is going to be so let's do this. Set tens equals QZ. Set 8s equals JX. Set 5s equals K. Set 4s equals FHVWY. Set 3s equals BCMP. Set 2s equals DG. Set 1s equals AEIOULNRST. Okay? Okay. Nice. Cool. Good. That reminds me, I haven't played Wordle today. I'm tempted to bring it up right now. Okay, so we'll start with tens, I guess. Nah, I'm not even going to use an if. Am I? What am I going to do here? I guess it has to be an if. All right, so let's say if is included equals 1. So in that case, we are going to set score equals 10. Yeah? Easy. And we put the else. So now we call string. Okay, so this is going to be very similar here, but now we use 8s, right? I kind of hate it. I feel like this is actually somewhat laid out logically. Better than yesterday. I don't know. All right. So there's 8s, 5s, 4s, 3s, 2s, 1s. So 8's good. So this will be 5s. This will be 4s, 3s, 2s, and then the 10 here will become 8. Here will become 5. Here it becomes 4. Here it becomes 3, 2, and then one more. And then there is no more else. So now we have to close these, I guess. Yeah, probably. And that's it. And actually, I think that is it. So then we exit, right? I left that out for the end. Exit. Switch. Okay, let's look it over. It's it's kind of horrible, but okay. So letter var, return var, enable delayed expansion. So we set the C to the letter var. Then we're going to start with a score 0. We're going to list out the Q, Z, J, X, K, F, H, V, W, Y, B, C, M, P, D, G, A, E, I, O, U, L, N, R, S, T. Wonderful. And then we're going to check if it's a 10. We're going to check if it's an 8, if it's a 5, if it's a 4, if it's a 3, if it's a 2, if it's a 1. Then we're going to end. Okay, so then when we call it, so this is going to be letter score. We won't have that. Yeah, okay. So let's write that and go back to our batch area. Okay, so now let's try letter score bat, and we're going to pass in a letter A. 0. Okay, so that's a loser. That's a loser move. Let's see. I want to say, I don't know. Call string includes C10s is included. Are any of these going to work better? Is a Q going to be any different? I don't think anything's going to be any different. Okay. Ugly. All right, so it didn't work. That's fun. Okay, well, I missed the percent signs. Oh my goodness gracious. It's because when I call, I don't need the percent signs, but of course I need them here. All right. Okay, so that was a big mistake. Let's see if that actually fixes it. Okay, yeah, better. Q10, D came out 0, so that's bad. Q came out 10, that was good. How about A? Q still comes out 10. So if is included, okay. So I'm not sure, but I feel like trying to reuse this variable might be messing me up. It's hard for me to be sure, I guess. Okay. Darn. Ah. Ah. Oh no. All right. So Z is okay and Q is okay. So that's good. Um, okay, so I'm gonna try just making all the calls at the beginning. All of these calls. So, oh no, not this. Okay, tens, eights, 5, 4, 3, 2. It looks like complete insanity, and it probably, I mean, it is. So Q is okay, Z is okay. D? Ah, better. Okay. All right. A, E, K. All right, I'm not gonna try everything. It looks good. It looks good. Um, great. So that seems to be working. So I'm gonna exit that, and now I'm gonna put the letter score into the main file, and this is actually getting close to done. Letter score into the main file, and now let's edit the main file. Okay, so all of this is good. This is what we want. And then this part up here is not what we want. I don't think. Hold on. Okay. So now we can do this main part, I guess. Start by initializing the score to 0. Okay. Loop through each char in the word. So do we want to set I equals 0? No, I don't think I'm going to use that, so let's get rid of that. We do want result equals 1. I don't think I need that either. Let's get rid of it. Okay, so we have a loop here. We are going to set char equals word squiggles 0, comma 1. Good. Now, when I do this, I'm going to put a hash at the end, the way I did in that other one. That if there's a hash in one of the test cases, that'll break it. if there is a hash in one of the test case strings, then my hash here will break it. And let's go with my fave, the loudly crying face. Okay. Start by initializing the score to 0. Loop through each char in the word. All right. So now here, this is going to be the hash. Okay, so add the char score to the result. So here, we are going to call letter score. I'm so nervous. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if this is going to work. Call letter score, and we're going to put the char in there. And then this is going to be called a letter score, I guess. Let me put a gizmo on there. Okay, so then we're going to set arithmetic, and we're going to say result plus equals letter score. Go to loop. That's basically the ideas. Now let's see what happens when I try running it. Hold on, let me read it over once more, just this last part that I have here. Okay, so we put the hash there, result equals 0. Now we have a loop, all right? Here, I actually do want this to be indented to help me see that it's a loop. So we set char equals %word. Okay, so it's the first char, good. If it is a hash, then we're going to end. So far, so good. Add the char score to the result. I don't think that comment is helping us. So then we're going to call the letter score. So far, so good. And then I use these bangs. Now let me look at the plus equal again real quick. It's under set. Plus equal. Yeah, it's right there. So it seems good-ish. Okay. Let's give it a shot. So I'm going to do Scrabble. Center. Scrabble score bat A. Dead. I hate it. Oh, wait a minute. I left out something super obvious. Okay. I hated it for a second, but it's actually a super easy fix because I left out something extremely important. I looked it over and I didn't see it, but now I see it. Now it's very obvious because we forgot. I completely forgot. It should have been basically the first thing I did, but I'm going to do it now. We're going to set word equals, and it's going to be like what I did here. Word equals %word : squiggle 1 to cut off the first letter. Oh my gosh. Of course it can't work without that. That's very key. All right. Sure, let's try again. Okay. Scrabble score bat with the letter A. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's still not good. I did write it out, didn't I? Okay. set word equals percent word. Okay, so before entering the loop, can we maybe echo what the word looks like at this point? Be sure that that's okay. So it looks like a hash, that's as expected. All right, so now in the loop, can we maybe echo like what's happening? Like echo percent char percent here, maybe? Just take a quick look at that. I'm seeing W's popping out everywhere. So that's not wanted at all. Okay, so why are we seeing W's pop out everywhere? That's a little crazy, right? So it's supposed to be... Oh, I left out a percent sign here. Oh my gosh. I just typed that. Okay. Okay. Fun. All right, so write that out, and here we go. Okay, Scrabble score bat A. Okay, so there's my number 1. Let me get rid of those unwanted echoes now. Okay, so there's A. If we put Z, we're good. If we put ZA, it adds it up. Let's try the tests. Scrabble score test that. Okay. So, yeah, pretty good. So now we just need to convert to lowercase, and I think it's done. Let's look for a hint about converting to lowercase. Because if it'll do it for us, I'd rather have it do it for us. Lowercase. Okay, so... so this is from DOS Tips. Yeah. Converts uppercase characters to lowercase. Well, fair enough. Yes, that will do it. Windows batch, folks. Windows batch. I don't know, man. I don't know. So that's crazy. Upper or lowercase a string. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, I don't exactly want to do it that way if I can help it. Can we do arithmetic on chars? I mean, maybe not. Maybe that's why they've done it this way, right? Windows, CMD, Word, and char. Is this Windows CMD? This is Python. Where's Windows CMD? Dagnabbit. Okay, so we've got, so they gave us a recipe here for going 2 lower. So we don't actually need to do that, and I'm not going to do that. I think that the quick and dirty way, which in Windows Batch is probably going to be the best way, is just to add the uppercase letters to the scoring system. Emphasis on dirty, right? It does feel rather dirty, but I think it's just the way it's gonna have to be right now. I think that'll make it work. So, and it didn't, it only took me a second. So, I mean, that's good, right? It's just, you look at it and you're like, I'm cranky. Why would we do it this way? Sometimes I feel like I myself, and I don't think I'm the only one, but I can really only speak for myself. I think sometimes I myself have this misplaced Platonism or something, where I want sort of like this amazing ideal, where it's like, oh, it only took me 5 seconds to do it that way, but it's not elegant. Let's look at the Grug essay again, um, after this. Anyway, so I think it'll work now. Okay, passed. I noticed that it moved super slow, and why not? My implementation is super slow. But whatever, I'll submit it. If it passed everything, I'll submit it. So let's say exorcism submit Scrabble score.bat. And there it is. I will mark that as complete because it doesn't run automatic tests. I mean, yeah, so we have to run the automatic tests the way I just did by running the batch file. Let's look at the Grug brain. Let's review this essay again. It's a classic. It's a good one. It's called The Grug-Brained Developer, a Layman's Guide to Thinking Like the Self-Aware Small-Brained. Introduction. This collection of thoughts on software development gathered by Grug-Brained Developer. Grug-Brained Developer not so smart, but Grug-Brained... I'm gonna have a hard time saying that. But Grug-Brained Developer programmed many long year and learned some things, although mostly still confused. Grug-Brained Developer try-collect learns into small, easily digestible, and funny page. Not only for you, the young Grug... Oh, shoot. If only there were a young Grug here. But also for him, because as Grug Brain Developer get older, he forget important things, like what had for breakfast or if put pants on. Oh, darn. I did put pants on this time. I did put pants on this time. Big-brained developers are many, and some not expected to like this make sour face. Oh, I guarantee I will make many sour faces reading this. Think they are big-brained developers, many more, and more even definitely probably maybe not like this, many sour face such as internet. Ah, yeah, that's it. Note, Grug once think big-brained but learn hard way. Is fine. Is free country sort of, and end of day not really matter too much, but Grug hope you fun reading and maybe learn from many mistake Grug make over long program life. The eternal enemy, complexity. Apex predator of Grug is complexity. Complexity bad. Say again, complexity very bad. You say now, complexity very bad. Given choice between complexity or one-on-one against T-Rex, Grug take T-Rex. At least Grug see T-Rex. Oh, at least you can see it. Man, man, can you imagine? Remember in Jurassic Park? They didn't see the T-Rex. They saw the water ripples because the T-Rex was approaching, but they didn't see it in the dark, and then it came and ate the guy. He never even saw... Oh, wait, no. He was on the toilet. He did see it at the last moment before it ate him. But come on. One-on-one against T-Rex? T-Rex, the most badass creature to ever walk the earth? Grug! Alright. Complexity is a spirit demon that enter codebase through well-meaning but ultimately very clubbable non-Grug brain developers and project managers who not fear complexity spirit demon or even know about sometime. Oh shoot. Shots fired. One day codebase understandable and Grug can get work done. Everything good. Next day impossible. Complexity demon spirit has entered code and very dangerous situation. Oh damn. Grug no able see complexity demon, but Grug sense present in codebase. Demon complexity spirit mocking him. Make change here. Break unrelated thing there. What? Mock. Haha, so funny. Grug love programming and not becoming shiny rock speculator like Grug senior advice. Oh darn. Shiny rock speculator? A shiny rock speculator? Should we have been a shiny rock speculator? Club not work on demon spirit complexity, and bad idea actually hit developer who let spirit in with club, sometimes Grug himself. Sadly, often Grug himself. So Grug say again and say often. Complexity, very, very bad. This is kind of long, isn't it? It's like, when I read it the first time, it was like, it was so good. I just read right through it, and it seemed short, right? But it's actually rather longish. So I'm not going to read the whole thing. Saying no. Best weapon against complexity spirit demon is magic word no. No, Grug not build that feature. No, Grug not build that abstraction. No, Grug not put water on body every day or drink less black think juice use. Stop, repeat, ask now. It's actually... it's a little hard to read out loud. I don't know. Note, this good engineering advice but bad career advice. Yes is magic word for more shiny rock and put in charge of large tribe of developer. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Sad but true. Learn yes, then learn blame other Grugs when fail. Ideal career advice. But Grug must to Grug be true, and no is magic Grug word. Hard to say at first, especially if you nice Grug and don't like disappoint people. Many such Grugs. Oh my goodness. Pulling no punches. Ah, look at my sour face right now. Pulling no punches, Grug. God damn. But easier over time, even though shiny rock pile not as high as might otherwise be. Is okay. How many shiny rock Grug really need anyway? Alright. So that's fine. So Scrabble score is submitted. It's a big, insane program. I guess not all that big. It's kind of it's not even really that big, and it's not even really that dense. It's just like this style is insanity to me. But hey, it's okay, I guess. I guess it's probably okay. All right. So I'm I'm leaning towards not doing the nth prime right now because I just feel like it's gonna kind of be a pain. But maybe it won't be so bad. Like I've basically learned by doing this how to do kind of loops, but these are go-to loops, like the most unpopular type of loop. Why would I use go-to loops? Why? Why? Why would I use go-to loops? Well, because I just have a hard time with Windows Patch and it made it a little bit easier. All right, so I'll think about it for 2 minutes and come right back. Alright, well, I'm kind of having fun with Windows Batch, I guess. Dabril25, is there a stream? Well, I mean, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here doing Windows Batch. Sorry, the screen is all black for me. Well, I don't know. I think it should be okay. I can see it on my phone, so I don't know. If it's not okay, maybe I should check that. Here, maybe I'll call someone. Maybe I'll check. Oh, let me try calling someone. What, it's today's Tuesday? Okay. I'll see if I can call someone and see if they can confirm whether the screen is all black. I don't know if anybody can pick up this time on a Tuesday, but I'll try my mom. Let's see. Nope, no luck. I'm gonna try and see if someone can check for me from the Discord. Anyone check to see if my Twitch screen is all black? Alright, I don't know if it's all black. It looks fine on my phone. Okay. Let's look at, oh, I don't think I want to do nth prime. I think I want to try a different one. Okay, so batch script exercises. I've submitted raindrops and Scrabble score and resistor color. I loaded nth prime, but I don't want to do that one right now. Leap. Can I knock out leap in less than 10 minutes? I don't know. Let's see. Leap is such an easy one. It certainly ought to be able to doable. It ought to be doable in like 10 minutes, but we'll see how it is. Okay, so we have a year and a result, and we have code. So I think we just do so we're going to do arithmetic. So set multiple, let's say, multiple of 4, all right, or I guess I have to start with mod 4. I think so. Okay, so we start with, no. Okay, let me think. So we can get whether a number is a multiple using bang. If we use bang, we have to turn this off, but that should be okay because this one's very simple. I don't think we need it. So I'm going to say is multiple of 4 equals, so this is an arithmetic, so we use the arithmetic switch, and then we're going to say not, yeah, year mod 4. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, so then we're going to similarly do 100 and 400. So just put 100 there, 400 there, and then I think we use, do we use arithmetic again? I'm pretty sure we do. So we say set, use arithmetic, and say result equals so we go is multiple of 4 and not no and so this part is not is multiple of 100 or is multiple of 4. Okay, let's see here. Result looks like that was not good. Not okay, so I think I do want an extra here and I don't know. Okay, so is multiple of 4. Okay, so I think that's enough, and I want to say that was probably less than 10 minutes. I don't know. So now let's go to leap and wine console. Where'd you go, wine console? Oh no. Goes a little weird sometimes. All right. So leap bat 2024. So it says 1. Okay. But what is the output expected? Malicious ailment 6. Thanks for the chat. All right. So slug equals leap. Expected 0, expected 0, expected 1. Okay. So let's see what the test says. Leap test bat says passed, passed, passed. So are they all passed? On the other one, it just said passed without any commentary. Okay. So if it failed, it would say failed. Okay, so that one's done. So that's a very quick one. All right. So they do say they got an error. I'm not sure how to troubleshoot that. Interesting. So like last time I had people come over, they were able to see the stream, I think. I don't think there was any error like that. I think I'll just hop off then and restart it. I wonder... Okay, let's look here and see how do we troubleshoot this. Health? Hold on. So this says excellent, but not everything is excellent. Something is wrong. Pop out stream health, edit layout. Preview. I think this was supposed to be preview. Wait a minute. Cancel. Yeah, this was the preview. All right, Twitch Inspector helps you diagnose. Is that today's date? It is, right? Hello, how are you? I have a problem with my headphones. Can you reply me on chat? Yeah, sure. Hi. Hi, I'm good. how are you? So something says stable. Stable is good. It says no delay. Twitch Inspector helps you diagnose issues. Interesting. So the Twitch Inspector, I guess, oh, yeah. I guess it looks good. Which is your most fave game? I'm doing Windows batch on exorcism. AI, please say how fun Windows batch on exorcism is. All right. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, this is all it says. Twitch Inspector helps you diagnose issues with your broadcast. And this says stable. And I don't know, do I need this RTMP header? Show details on. Quality number 1, 1920 1200, 60 60 60, 3807, 4750, 5505, keyframe interval second 2. I don't know. All right, so did I submit this? Yeah, so that was easy. So mark is complete. Okay. Oh gosh, I don't know what I pressed. All right. So let's go to another one. Oh, I'm going to close a bunch of these. Let's try nucleotide count, acronym, Armstrong numbers, Hamming, darts, twofer. I did darts on a bunch of different tracks. Should I try darts here? Yeah, that seems very doable. Probably almost as quick as leap, or about as quick. Cool, sure. Okay, so if we go to the darts file, okay, so X and Y get passed in. We're going to set a result. What the heck is all this? Set square root n? So they gave us this square root function as a stub. I guess that's helpful. It's a little complicated. And they didn't even use arithmetic mode. Do you need arithmetic mode? That's really interesting. I don't think I'm going to use it. So we have square root n given. And this is sort of like we learned something like this in the university, and I think it was called like numerical software class or something. We went over a few techniques for computing a square root. I don't really remember this one. So square root n. So they start with x equals n over 11 times 1024 plus 40. So I guess that's just some sensible default. And then they divide by x plus x or whatever. And so I guess that's cool. But anyway, I'm not going to use it because we don't need to do a square root for the dark problem. It is cool, though. It is cool. So let's go ahead and say, let's not even echo result either. We're just gonna say set distance squared equals, and this is gonna be arithmetic, and we'll say x times x plus y times y. Oh, but do we get order of operations? I'm not sure we do. I'll just use these. It might have said something. There might have been something weird about order of operations, or maybe it's fine. But I'll just do it that way. Let's Google that error though. Twitch stream error number 1000. Can't stream at all because of this. Delete Twitch cookies. Really? Huh. Okay, well that doesn't sound quite right. Adjusting your DNS settings, really? Ad blockers. Flush. Appules. Corrupted Twitch cookie. So I don't think the Twitch cookie, I'm not sure it should make any difference unless it's in OBS, because like if it's as long as it's streaming from OBS, then I think that whatever cookies are in the browser, I don't think make a difference. Or at least I'm not sure why they would make a difference. Okay, so distance squared. I'll try and finish this one and maybe one more. So we're going to say if distance squared equal, oh shoot. So we should be able to use a greater than, which is like greater than, that would be greater than or equal, and that's what we want, right? Let me check it on the SS64. So we want if. Nope, it's GEQ. Darn. All right, so GEQ. And that would be 100. So then we echo 0. Else, if so this time we want 25. For this one we want 1. And then actually we give it that. So then the 0 here we're going to change to 1. And then 5. And here we echo 10. So like I think that's basically it. Okay, so now let's go back to the wine console. So this is darts. It says expected an operator, so we don't want to see that. Expected an operator, huh? Oh, still says expected an operator. Okay. So let's see if we can use this. Okay, so it says GEQ. The double equals results in string comparison, which we don't want. We need numbers. Hmm. Correct numeric comparison. That doesn't look like what I did. Let's look again. So I guess we need to get rid of these parentheses, or quotation marks, excuse me. You know what? That does make sense. Kinda. I'm not sure how much Windows batch actually makes sense, but maybe that kind of makes sense. Okay, expected an operator, unexpected GEQ. Darn. I think I set this wrong somehow. Like something must be wrong here, I think. Expected an operator, echo is off. Okay, yeah, expected an operator, it says. So distance squared, set, and then we say equals, and then we want these. Oh wait, I think this star is probably not multiply. Let's look again. Okay, so here's multiply. Num equals num times 5. Okay, well that seemed fine, I think. Um, hmm, interesting, interesting. Let's try breaking it up into pieces then. Set x square equals x times x, all right, arithmetic mode, y square, okay, and then here we can say x square plus y square, oops, there. Okay, 2 and 5. Yeah, okay, so that's neat. Um, okay, now let's see what the tests say. Failed, missed, okay, so they're all failed. um, it says 200. Oh, because I have to stop echoing the distance squared. Okay, so one passed, I guess. So yeah, so that should be 0 points. So far, so good. But here it says missed. So now let's see what's actually expected. Cert 010. So it says expected equals 0. All right, so what do I get if I go darts bat 010? 0. Okay. What if they're quoted? Still 0. And did that one pass? It doesn't look like it. Interesting. So it looks like the only one that passed was actually exactly on center. All right, so if I do 0 minus 4, it says 5, and that is what's expected. Yeah, okay, interesting. I don't see the difference. Failed, missed target. Okay, let's look at that one first. Okay, so the numbers passed in were minus 9 and 9. It says 0, which I think is as expected. So now if we try them quoted, is it the same? Yeah, still 0. Interesting. Is it interesting? Well, it might be interesting, but unfortunately, I don't understand. I don't understand why it's failing. Because from what I can see, it says 0 where it's supposed to say 0. Maybe I do need to set the result. Could it be actually checking for the result? That's possible. So let's echo result at the end. On the other ones, I don't think it was. I think it was just checking what you echoed. Let's just see. So we'll set result equals 0. Right? That's it, right? Set result equals Oh, interesting. Okay, well that's better. So maybe it was checking for the result. All right, so now on the middle and on the inner circle, I guess failed. Okay, on the middle. So minus 5, 0. So I guess I must have a wrong answer there, right? I think. Yeah, it says 1, but it was supposed to be 5. Okay, so now let's go ahead and echo distance squared. Echo distance squared. So it came out as 25. So that should set 1. Oh, interesting. So I want greater than, not greater than or equal. And I had that backwards. I don't know why. Okay. So let's go back to if. GTR. GTR. What a what an abbreviation. Okay. GTR. Okay, so if it's greater than 100, it should be 0. Okay. Oh, because I still have the echo in there. Hold on, let's take that out. Gotta pay a little attention now and then. Okay, on the outer circle. That one failed. So it says 1. It was supposed to say what? 0? Oh, really? What? I didn't remember it being like that before. Huh. Interesting. So I think that might actually be a mistake. It's okay. We've got it passing. I'm going to put a remark in there. Naruto231, hey, how are you? My headphones aren't working, so I can't hear you. Can you reply in chat? Hold on. For some reason, the chat stopped loading on my phone. I think I messed something up. It got stuck loading chat. Okay, so I can see the chat now. Hey, how's it go? All right. So that all passed, right? So I think I'm gonna go ahead and wait. No, I want to comment. I think it might be a mistake that on the circle doesn't count for the outer circle, but does count for the other two. I think it might be a mistake, but whatever. So it's passing, so let's go quit and submit. Cool. All right, let's hop on over there. And mark as complete. Right. Okay, so let me close these down. And let's go to another. So batch. Let's see what clock is. Implement a clock that handles times without dates. That sounds neat. That sounds like kind of doable in batch, maybe? Let's see. All right. So we're going to take in hours and minutes, and then we're going to do something. Let's find out what we do. Let's just close this one. Okay. So for the clock, 2 clocks. Oh, really? Implement a clock that handles times without dates. You should be able to add and subtract minutes to it. 2 clocks that represent the same time should be equal to each other. Okay. Let's see what's in the test. So we're gonna do, so 11 and 9 are passed in, and then it's supposed to say midnight is, oh, okay, okay. Huh. So I guess we're gonna start by just doing a little formatting, which is simple, and that's good, I guess. So how about zero padding? Do we have a good technique for zero padding in Windows Batch? I don't think that will help. Like a format string? That doesn't seem right. Oh, wait a minute. What is this? I don't think we want to use that. Okay, okay. It's kind of interesting. So basically, all right. Let me think. So want to try to use zero padding. It's interesting because it seems like there's not a ton in here. So they want the hour to roll over. Hour rolls over continuously. 60 minutes is next hour. So like these are all super simple things, and I think it's marked as a I think it's marked as a medium just because it's tricky to do some of this in Windows Batch. I think I might skip over it. I'm gonna hop off here in 5 minutes. Let's try one of those easy ones just in Bash real quick, because I do want to get to some Bash at some point, and I want to get to some PowerShell at some point. So I have finished, I guess, a good amount. So where is one of the ones I just did? Did we do darts? Yeah, did darts. Fair enough. It's a very easy one. Leap is probably the easiest one. Let's check that out. So do we think it's easier to do leap in Bash than it is in Batch? I want to say probably, yeah. So in the leap SH, here it is. Oh, goodness. Please remove these comments. Okay, it's comments like crazy out here. Okay. So we can do integer arithmetic, I think, pretty easily in Bash. And if we want floating point arithmetic, we can use BC, right? But for integer arithmetic, do we do something like that? I guess that was a simple, okay, so not that. So it tries to do 2. So I guess we would echo. Okay, so echo that. All right, so for leap, we're going to want to do something like a mod. So we're going to do like 2025 mod 4. Ah, Oh my gosh, that's a lot. That's a lot easier than Windows Batch. Oh, oh my goodness. Yes, yes. This is more like it. This is more like it. Okay, so then can we do EQ0? No. The EQ0 has to be in there somewhere. Bad math expression. Okay, okay, hold on. Let's say, if we say if EQ0, do we put then? I don't remember if we put then. No, not the bats. We want this one. Huh. I ended up with a lot in there, it looks like. Okay. Wow. Yeah, a good amount of checking. We didn't need any of that in batch. They made it easy for us in batch because just nobody likes batch. All right, so yeah, all right, so we did, so here we used BC because they were floating point numbers. So I guess that's fine. But I don't really want to use BC in this one. It shouldn't be necessary. So I think it's kind of more fun or more interesting to do it without using BC. Let's see what else there is. Oh goodness. All right. So if then echo leap else echo fail. I guess. Fit. Done. Okay, so let me see. So if 2025 mod 4 equal 0, then echo leap else echo fail fit command not found 1. So we need something else in here. I feel like it was square brackets or something, but okay, bad pattern. Okay, so let me look it up then. Bash if state. So a string compares here. Numerical compare is okay. So we use a double square bracket. Is that going to help us? Arithmetic expression. Conditional expression. Okay, so if 2025 mod 4 greater than or equal 0, then do like this here. I gotta practice these. Oh my goodness. I don't think any of the ones that I did before actually have anything that'll help me. Oh, it actually is time for me to log off and take a break. I feel like I want to finish this one first, because it should be so quick, but I just can't seem to remember how that works. Okay, hold on. We just do that. Okay, so that part is all right. So now can we just change this like this? 2025 mod 4. Yeah, okay. I was getting hung up, I don't know on what exactly. Okay. Okay, let me close this since I'm not doing wine anymore. Let's go over here to dash darts. No, darts is the one I did already. Which one is it? Leap. Okay, so if, okay, so then here we want to say maybe export year equals 2024, and then do the same thing as before, but now use year, $year, mod 4 equals 0. Then echo leap, else. Why is that why is that not want to I actually have that problem, like when I get to the third letter it won't want to take the fourth right away sometimes because it's just slow or trying to figure out some completions or something. Nope. Right. If, okay, so we can delete it here. Okay. So I'm going to say, and it doesn't have to be export, right? Can we just say year equals 4 and then do the same? Okay. So I'm going to say year equals $1. I think that's how it's passed in. Let me see this again. Or is it $at? No, $at is yeah, I linked to what $at is. I think we want $1. if we look at it in darts, we just use, I want to say $1. Okay. Okay, so now here it's going to be nested, I guess. So if so let me put a fi here and here. And then what's expected to come out? It's supposed to just say true or false. Okay. So here we say else. Here we echo false. All right, so then what about and? Yeah, we'll just use that. What's this thing? Let's get rid of that. Okay. So this is going to be and. And we've got to group these together. Okay, so this is going to be grouped together. No, I think just the latter two need to be grouped together, I guess. Year mod 100 not equal 0, or year mod 400 equals 0. Okay, so now get rid of this. This. Okay, so now let's see. So this hint. So something is unnecessary on arithmetic variable. Is it this? Okay. Okay. Looks right to me, so now let's try the test. And the hint says for the test we want to do what? Just bats. Looks like we skipped them, so we're gonna go into the bats file. I'm having kind of a good time. I feel actually surprisingly good today. I've gone way over the time that I intended, but not way over, but way over kind of. Okay, I'm just gonna get rid of the skipping guess it's a bunch of them, huh? Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, so we got fail where something came in that was not wanted, right? So we passed in no no input, and we were supposed to assert failure. Okay. Nope, not this one. And then I'm gonna copy some of these from the darts one, because the darts had tons of this checking, right? So here, I think it's the exact same thing. Echo, please pass a year. Exit 1. Okay. Four failures left. Oh, wait. So it says usage leap sh year. Okay, makes sense. Usage leap sh. Okay, 3 failures. This one, too many. So what's the opposite of -z? Let me look that one up. Bash if -z. Right. True if the length of string is 0. Okay, so right here, non-zero. So here we'll say if -n. So this is going to be 2. And to be honest, I don't actually recall what the use of the +x is supposed to be there. It's just you can have some problem, like if it's not defined. Anyway. So uh-oh, 9 failures. -n doesn't work with unquoted arguments. Quote or use this. Is that better? Not positive, let's see. Yeah, that's better. All right, next one says float number input should return an error, so they have a dot in it. So we'll say if and echo $1 grep. What is the grep-q? I don't actually recall. Let me see here. -q is quiet. Okay, so yeah, we do need that. Then I think there's something where we can choose just literal match mode, right? Or like exact match or something. Fixed string. I'll try to remember that. Fixed string. Okay. I think it said something different though. So it said oh, looks like I messed it up. Let me look at the other one. So the other one says alpha should return an error. Okay, let me see. Came out true. Let's see what that looks like. So they put in ABCD. It's supposed to come out like that. Interesting. Yeah, apparently it came out true. That's a little crazy. So they pass ABCD. Okay, I see the leap SH, but I missed the exit, so that's and here as well. Stopped paying attention because I'm looking at the clock. I'm like, oh, all right. Okay. I think I am gonna get out of here. Okay. I spent longer on that one than I. Well, they add in the input validation, which was not on the batch track, and that's good. And it does take me a little longer. All right, I'm gonna say mark is complete, and I'm gonna get out of here, but I'll be back later.